and Anita actually brought up this about the photos in the book, and there is actually saying which says that a picture says more than 1,000 words, and I must really agree on that, especially in this amazing book. And for you who were joining us in the early before when we started this event, you perhaps you saw the slideshow, and it actually consists of some of the amazing photos in this book. And the photographer behind this book's magic photos, Magnus Skoglöf, unfortunately, he couldn't be with us live today. But Stina, I know that you actually called him on Zoom yesterday to ask him some questions and how the book came through. So I know that we have recorded that interview. So hey guys, let me introduce you to Magnus Skoglöf, the photographer.
Since we are doing this in English.
Yes, good to see you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you can't be with us live, but we have to figure out something anyway. So this is
digital way. Yeah,
digital way, exactly.
It's good to see you. Yeah.
And you know, I've always said that the photos in the book, they are as important as the text. And because of that, I think I've told you also, I was looking for a long time before. I still remember that one Sunday morning that I found this photo of yours, which was like berries and vegetables, a pile of something.
Yeah. It must have been the cover of one of the Mattias Dahlgren books, I think. Yeah. Cool.
And so I thought, wow, this is my kind of photography, and because it's beautiful, and at the same time it's a little crazy.
Cool.
and I thought, oh well, at least I was actually happy just that such a photographer existed, because people told me that my expectations were too high.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then I thought, well, you never know that this person is going to say yes to me. But
no.
So it took a couple of days, then I called you on Tuesday. And I remember one thing I said was sort of defensive. There are not going to be any recipes in this book. Now, in spite of all that, you fairly quickly said yes.
I did.
What's your side of this?
But I think it's always nice to work with the people, and I always try to look for people with a strong passion for what they do. And you really showed me that when you explained for me what this project was about. And in fact, that it wasn't a recipe book. There are so many of them, but a book more with the cultural aspect of the theme of Fika, and that really appealed to me. So I was really interested in working with you.
Oh, and I'm so happy, and I continue to be happy, actually.
It's good.
And I think people who've seen the book, they more than once people have asked me, so what's the secret? Like, what's your secret as a photographer that the photos are so magical? And so much, actually, another comment is that they really are an integral part of the book, which was my intention.
I don't know. Wow. Thank you. But I think back to passion again. I think that's the core of it. To be really passionate about what you do. I love what I do, and it's always something I look for to create cravings, basically, in the best way I can, so you can feel like my goal is you can feel taste and through those images. I mean, it's a hard task, but I do my best. But the core of it is a strong passion for what I do, and
Well, actually, that's one thing that I've appreciated. That it's like you put your heart in things.
Yeah. I try to, at least.
Well, no, you do, I think, and
Thank you.
that actually matters to me.
Yeah.
So same as you, so not only did I want like a phenomenal photographer,
Oh,
I did also want somebody with a heart.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So then, now that we have the book here, so
Yep.
who would you say the book is for? Who would love to get this book, to read this book?
Well, I would say anyone with the interest in coffee and the Fika culture, I would say. It's a genuine book. It's really well written, and it's a beautiful book. So yeah, anyone, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, in short terms.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thanks very much for, being able to do this short little chat with
Yeah,
me.
thank you. Thank you, and good luck now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I understand you'll be boarding an airplane
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I will. So that's why I
Okay.
can't participate tomorrow, but I hope we will do fine. Yeah.
Great. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And hey, guys, what an amazing time we live during these times, actually, that we actually can meet online this way. So please, guys, let's give up a warm round of applause to Magnus, the photographer of this amazing book. We keep a bit active, right? Okay, so but I think that all of you will agree me that not only are the photos amazing, but actually the whole design of the book is. And I know there have been a lot of decision making during the design of the book, and the person who is actually behind this book's amazing design is the graphic designer Cecilia Kusoffsky. And so, Cecilia, are you with us? Yeah.
Yes,
There
I
you are.
am.
Hi, good to
Hi.
see you. How are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Good. So Cecilia, I would actually like to ask you a bit about the design.
Yes.
But because I have a lot of interesting questions when I got it in my hand for the first time. But first of all, the first question for you is, how did you actually get involved in this book project in the first place, and what made you say yes?
I worked a lot with Magnus before, and I really like his pictures as well. And I'm a big fan of his. And we work good together. And he introduced me to Stina, and Stina, she had a lot of thoughts about the book, and I asked her about what kinds of books do you like, and she brought some white books with only text. And she said it has to be clean and simple and elegant and Swedish, and a lot of thoughts. But none of the ones she brought had pictures, and I thought that was quite challenging because we really liked Magnus' pictures. And how do we do this white with a picture? So we came up with a solution of only a cup and the word Fika as a logo. Yeah, you can see it there. And by doing that, we made a recognition of the word Fika, and it's quite clean and not complicated and simple. So I think Stina is happy now for that.
Yeah, and I followed her every week. No, I should have that. Well, Cecilia's amazing, but what should we do with this? So what should we do with that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of decision making.
Yeah.
So, but listen, when this book has several special features, I can tell you, because I was amazed myself. And there is a lot of decision making in these various designs, but especially, the back of the book.
Yeah.
For all of you, should it actually look like this, or is it really finished?
Yes, it is. It's quite unusual. It's called open thread stitch. So it's, I think it's not so common in the rest of the world, and it is quite new for designing a book. But the best thing with doing it, it's really beautiful. But when you open the book, it falls apart. So it's really, you don't have to press it down. So it's really easy to look at. And we did it in the Swedish color, blue, the threads, and the gold is the yellow here from the Swedish flag.
Very amazing, and it looks amazing, and it is the perfect coffee table book, because then it won't break when people look at it.
Yeah.
Look, that's amazing. I love it. So and finally, what would you say, who would you recommend this book for?
I think all the people who's interested in Swedish culture or culture in any way, because it's all about the social norms in Sweden, that Fika is just not drinking coffee, as we talked about a lot this time, but it's about socializing, and it's a break from what you are doing. It's not, you can't fika when you are working or discussing work all the time. You have to do a break and you have to socialize. And that's quite amazing. And I think it's all about the Swedish culture. And as someone said in the chat, the Swedish Speaker of Parliament doing this says a lot about Sweden, and I'm quite proud of that too. So yeah, anyone who's interested in the culture.
Thank you so much, Cecilia, for sharing that. And I don't know if anyone else with me was amazed by, you know, the Speaker of the Parliament, his collection of his political coffee mugs in the backdrop. That was amazing. So, okay, thank you so much, Cecilia, and amazing to see your work come through.
Thank you.